Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. I didn't really like that. I think I like the normal folks better. So, folks, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. My name is Captain Timmy. Welcome to Alpha Investments. We report the news of the cardboard world. We talk about the things that are doing well, things that are tanking, things that are bamboozling. Today we're going to talk about the current market attitude. Everybody's very hyped. Everybody's very focused on the hot new Pokemon massive bull market euphoria craziness. And I am here to tell you about the quiet money, what I've been up to. And I want to tell you all what I've seen some of the other smart money and the movements and the things that are going on. And I'm going to report on it. So while everybody's been very wound up about what's happening and Pokemon, and of course certain magic stuff, and the Commander, and Mana Cryptid Jewel Lotus, and I want to actually explain and discuss now, so everything's kind of calmed down. I want to discuss, well, the Timmies on the internet have been wound up what the big boys have been up to. So first, let's get something out in the open here. There's been a lot of money changing hands and a lot of buying and selling when it comes to Magic the Gathering collector boxes. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, talk about One Piece. One Piece. So, you guys know One Piece had the reprints and ended the game, went to zero, collapsed everything. So, I've been endlessly buying cases of One Piece now that everything is super cheap and nobody wants it, so that I can actually have a One Piece position for myself in the future, offer patrons One Piece in the future, and of the most recent sets. So, we are now starting to see the faucet turning off, where there is not a lot more reprints of One Piece coming anymore. So the market already bottomed by the time you're watching this. And now we're starting to see One Piece booster boxes, I expect, start to slowly drift back up in price over the next 90 days. So that's been a very interesting, the world is ending, oh God, and now we're moving forward in One Piece. One Piece is a very powerful brand. I've been hearing rumors about a new One Piece set, which everyone's upset about because they're reprinting certain chase cards. I don't know if they're trying to turn the game into game pieces. I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but the brand is very powerful and the game continues to do very, very well. Yes, the massive overprinting did a lot of damage to the brand and everything One Piece. And I know some of you out there are going to be like, I just discovered this channel. These are game pieces. They need to be cheap. Players need access to my cards. They are not supposed to be, what's the word you use? Protected by the rich people and expensive cards. So this is not a living game, folks. This is not you buy a board game and get everything. This is the card world. You chase rare things, and that's why they have value. Anyways, I just wanted to mention One Piece real quick before we go back to the main part of this video. One Piece is actually already bottomed. So by the time you're watching this, you should be seeing upticks across the board in all the One Piece sets, and I expect it to continue pretty much for the rest of the year since no more supply is coming to market. I thought that was important to get that out for you guys. Now, back to Magic. So right now, a lot of people are wound up on different Magic situations. Well, I want to tell you all, first I'm going to go ahead and just say it because no one's talking about it. So we have a major buyout and a major 100% price swing in the last 30 days. And that is Phyrexia, all will be one, collector boxes have moved from $2 to $250, have blown to $400 a box, and the market's completely wiped out. Now, this particular situation, I believe, was somebody just saw an opportunity, bought maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 boxes, and nuked the market. Because the smart money has been listening and understanding what I've been talking about the last 1-2 years. The products from the bear market are disappearing. Nobody held on to them. Everybody said Magic, sealed product, all new product, even Pokemon. Everybody said all new sealed product was trash and overprinted garbage. And again, the S&P and the stock market just goes straight up, so everybody just wants to chase the flavor of the month and the hottest chick in the class. Well, the wealthy and smart money have been making a lot of moves recently, and some of you all have messaged me, some of you are patrons, some of you haven't, and you said, Rudy, I think it's time for you to cover some of this. And I was like, well, cover what? So that's what we're doing. First things first, I went on TCG Player on eBay. Holy smokes. as of the filming of this video, the cheapest Phyrexia All-Will-Be-One collector box on TCG Player is $399 plus tax. So about $430 shipped for a collector box. Now, by the time you watch this video and it goes live or anything, you know, chances are maybe a couple people list something. Maybe you get a couple boxes online for $350, $380. But it has been absolutely astonishing, folks. This has been a major shift. So while the old cards, Rudy's Playground, has not been doing anything, we are now witnessing products and sets from the printed to oblivion bear market era hitting all-time record highs. We're talking products that are 2 years old that were $200 a collector box at $400. Now I know some store's going to list something for probably $360 and everyone's going to make fun of it and say, oh, now here he is, Rudy's making up numbers, or someone's going to list it for $500 or, you know, whatever the price. The point is you have a massive doubling in price. And here's the issue. When you don't have an army of closet investors and collectors with sealed boxes of these things, it's going to be very difficult to retrace and bring this product back down to the $200-300 price point. I don't think it's even possible to get Phyrexia collector boxes back to $200 anymore. There's none. The supply is so low, and nobody held on to these. Nobody invested. Nobody collected. Nobody was an evil closet hoarder manipulating your ex-wife. None of that took place because, again, the bear market flushed everything out. Everybody gave up. You'd have to be a complete psycho dumbass. Am I talking about myself? Maybe I am. To stay the course. And now you are seeing tremendous wealth transfer in financial gains across the board in a lot of these products. Okay? I'm not going to make a long video and go into all the sets, but I just wanted to at least have an introduction today. Okay? And let everybody know we are seeing major repricing on collector boxes and more of these rare collector items from the last 2-3 years that nobody believed in. Okay, I'm going to have more videos. We'll go into some more details, some other sets. And again, Ravnica Remastered, almost $400. I think $350, $360 plus tax. So technically with tax, $390s. Obviously, you know about Ixalan. Wilds of Eldraine, go on TCG Player. Look at the collector boxes. Look at the depth of the market. How many are for sale? Look at the price increases. Okay, there's a lot of these things doing that. Okay, and everybody knows Lord of the Rings $1,000 collectors. Everybody knows the Fallout. Everybody knows Doctor Who's new all-time highs. Everybody knows that, but I don't think people are paying attention to these other sets. And I don't think anyone has seen anything yet. Because no one's paying attention to this. Okay? No one cares. There's no YouTubers. There's no social media. The financial gurus on the MySpace websites and everything, they're not talking about this kind of stuff. All it is just they banned my jewel Lotus and I invested in a non-reserve list card and I'm angry. And now I'm quitting Magic forever because Magic's dead for the 100th time. And everyone's just, the conversation and chatter is so far over there. I don't think people are realizing some of the movements that are happening in a lot of these products. Like, it's not just that. Like, it's everything from Commander Masters to Baldur's Gate, okay? Has anybody looked at Double Masters 2022? Has anybody looked at the original Double Masters from 2020? $600-700 for a draft box? Not VIP, the regular box. Like, there's a lot of market all-time highs in new products that are not, they're not sexy. They're not cool to talk about. It's not, oh, this old card. Oh, look, the new Pokemon Surging Spark. Oh, look, the Jeweled Lotus situation. Like, you know, I might as well just name, I'm going to probably name this video something with Commander, Jeweled Lotus. I'll put something stupid on there just for a clickbait stupid thing to get people angry. Because the reality is, this is what's going on. There are major upticks. I'm telling you all, look at them all, okay? You have, but whatever happened to Karlov Manor collector boxes collapsing to 100? What are they, 170? And there's like, what, 20 boxes left to 200? Like, you know, whew, okay. But I mean, if you look at all these things, okay, you have Ravnica Remastered, Ixalan, Wilds of Eldraine, and you start going backwards now, okay? You go backwards. Look at March of the Machine collectors. Look at, literally, like I already told you guys, look at the Phyrexia collector boxes. Look at the Baldur's Gate collector boxes that were 120, 130. They're back to 220 plus tax on TCG Player. Like, The prices on all these things are incredible. And I feel like we are just now seeing the momentum. And once these things start moving, and Rudy reports on it, and by the way, don't message me or anything. I'm not selling any of these items. So again, if you just want to manipulate Rudy's face, I mean, I'm just letting you know what's going on. No, I'm not running a sale on Firexy collector boxes. I'm not running a sale on March of the Machine collector boxes. These are things I'm not doing. So if you're interested in buying these, go on TCG Player and support an LGS. And I'm just letting you all know, because pretty much people are driven by emotions and lack of intelligence, because we're just in idiocracy in 2024. The smart money is, there's so many things happening and none of it's being covered. Okay? Now, other things going on. So what has Rudy been doing? So number one, I've been really big into sorcery lately, and I've been following the Flesh and Blood Rosetta because they're quiet and they're stable. I've been buying into increasing One Piece positions because One Piece, well, they reprint it and collapse everything, and everybody's angry. Interesting. As far as Magic and new product, I'm still trying to get Dustborn collectors. Supposedly there's another wave, but I don't know if that's full of shit. I haven't been able to get any. Actually, the funny thing about it is, and in recent sets, my personal thing, I've been buying the number one thing, and you guys are going to make fun of me. This is Rudy. I will pump something. Here you go. I'm going to give you guys something to manipulate. Outlaws of Thunder Junction. The Western, the one and only Western set of Magic the Gathering. Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I'm going to cut the video off here, but if you go on TCG Player, Outlaws of Thunder Junction have like 10 boxes, maybe 20 boxes at like 180, 190. And then the price spikes to 210, 230, 250. The market is so shallow, and yet the opportunity to accumulate these remains really, really attractive. See, these are the categories, these are the items that I find exciting. Because right now, I mean, you guys are just blowing me up with Pokemon. Rudy, come on, bro. Sell me a case of Twilight Masquerade. Probably 30, 40 messages a night from you all, patrons, emails, public, private, everything. Because again, Twilight Masquerade is 170 plus tax. Was it 188, 186 shipped on TCG Player for a box? I mean, it's already sky. And again, you know, it's probably going to keep going higher. But if you're going to $200 for a box of Twilight, like, you know, you can get like Outlaws collector boxes in Magic for like 184. You know, there's some things that maybe, I don't know, maybe you should do some research on terrible products. Oh, I don't know, the thing that everybody makes fun of me, maybe Assassin's Creed collector boxes. Maybe we should take a look at, I don't know, March of the Machine Aftermath. Epilogue and collector boxes. How deep is that market? How much is on there? Wait, the collector boxes, they're only 4 packs, but wait, I thought those things were worthless. They're back to almost 100? Wait, they are 100 with tax. Maybe there's a lot of little pockets of the market that people don't seem to be paying any attention to, because everybody's so obsessed in the last 30 days is all about the rules, Commander, and Jeweled Lotus, and Mana Crypt, and Porch Pirate Monkey, whatever, the little monkey porch, the overpowered red card monkey thing. I mean, what's the point? Like, that's all everybody cares about. None of that really matters. Like, who cares, right? Like, that's the drama. Before that, the previous 2, 3, 4 months of drama was people were going to x-ray all the boxes and buy scanners, and the market's done. Everybody's just going to scan sealed product. That's the shallow minnows in the pond. Focus on all this worthless stuff. And step back. Say, what about these items in the bear market that everybody dumped and flushed out at a low? Like, what about Brothers War Collectors? The very first product to have serialization. And those are artifacts, and they're schematics, and they're really fucking cool. That's interesting, right? Well, I mean, you know, it's like, what about the original Jumpstart? You know, the one that was overprinted that nobody wants. What about all these draft boxes that are out of print now? Like Jumpstart 2022, Kamigawa, the Streets of Barry Manilow that people said was worthless. What if we go back? What if we look at the Strixhaven and Adventures Forgotten Realm? Like, there's some interesting things developing now. And I feel like by the time and it becomes more chatted about on MySpace and Silk Road, I think I think it's going to be too late because these items are getting crossed off pretty quickly. Like, as of the filming of this video, you essentially can't get Phyrexia collector boxes anymore. You can't buy a lot of them. Every distributor's out of it. The few that are online are all around $400 plus tax. You can't buy a ton of them. You can't get master cases of 24 and hundreds of boxes. Like, these things are gone. It's over with. And the public just made its mind up in the last 2 years that management and Hasbro, Magic 30, and all the things that happened, everybody gave up. And everybody ridiculed me for, why does that guy still just obsessed with cardboard? He could just buy NVIDIA stock in the S&P 500. He'd be a gazillionaire. Well, yeah, that's because we know how it unfolded. We don't know the end of the story for a lot of these products. And sure, it's easy to just say, hey, look, the S&P 500 is up like, really? 25% year to date? Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that's great. But everything rotates, folks. The asset class known as the twister needle, when you spin the twister thing and it flings around, it lands on a different color every year. And we don't know what's going to be hot. You know, sometime now in the next 12 months, Bitcoin could skyrocket to 100, 150,000, 200,000 a coin. And everyone's obsessed with that. Said, well, God, you should just bought Bitcoin. You know, or Bitcoin stays flat and just sits at 50, 60,000 for the next 10 years. Everybody makes fun of it. You know, there's no way to know, and you can't ridicule Bitcoin, real estate, the S&P, collectibles. You can't ridicule, mock, or make fun of any category because life has a funny way of unfolding and recalibrating long term. And that is something that I feel the average individual watching this channel, the average person living their life in America, which I know we're living in idiocracy now, doesn't seem to grasp. You know, today it's Phyrexia collector boxes from $220 a box to about $400 a box. And if you factor in tax, it's probably higher than that. And maybe maybe it's back to 380 or 370. Who cares? You know, you have an 80 to 100% swing in less than 90 days. And now it's too late. I'm just reporting to you all, I believe this is the beginning of repricing of collector boxes. So I'm willing to go the risk level of putting Rudy's name on the line. Is that a thing? Oh, wait, I have no credibility. People think you're a meme. Oh, never mind. I believe that this is the beginning era in the first and second inning of collector boxes coming back with a vengeance. That's my point. I don't think we've seen anything yet, and I think we are now on the verge of one of the greatest bull markets of modern collector boxes in Magic in history. I don't think, unfortunately, my collections and investments, and I don't know, Ixalan, Rivals, Amonkhet, Hour of Devastating Your Wallet, Dominaria, OG, Guilds, Allegiance, War of the Spark, that era that I invested in remains very flat and negative, and everybody gave up. Now, there's interesting things happening in that market, but we're not going to cover that in this video today. I'm mostly focusing on the collector boxes because everybody has accepted already that collector boxes are not really collectible or investable, and it's a joke. You should just buy pretty much, well, a sorcery box or a Flesh and Blood box. Or you should just buy every new Pokemon set, or buy the new Star Wars Unlimited and buy Disney Lorcana. And everybody has their own thing, and that's okay. But the one thing everybody has in common is nobody thinks you should buy and hold Magic collector boxes anymore. And I have stayed the course the last 4 or 5 years of every single collector box since the beginning. And of course, I've been met with a lot of negative criticism and ridicule of what an idiot. And I think we are about to enter the time where we go through a very aggressive shift in the market. And I don't think people can comprehend the power of this shift. Because when I analyze this playground, if I had to hand build a scenario and build my own bearscape, I would build a scenario where nobody believes in the product. They're all flushed out online. Everybody gave up and dumped them at losses. And that would be the most ironic, amazing, beautiful comeback in modern history of just like revenge and vengeance. And because it's so outlandish, I feel like that is the most probable outcome right now. And the fact we are seeing it start, we've already seen Lord of the Rings hit 1,000. We just saw Phyrexia Collectors double to 400. We are now seeing Ravnica Remastered there's, by the way, if you're interested in buying Ravnica Remastered, well, I sold it twice in the past. Barely any of you guys wanted it. I have my 1,000 boxes, and go online, buy for someone else. I don't give a shit. Because Ravnica Remastered, I remember selling that for $229, $239 or something, or $249. I think it's like $350 plus tax now. Lord of the Rings is 1,000. Phyrexia Collectors are 400. I think Ixalan and Wildsville Drain Collectors are going to be $400 or $500 each. It feels like the floor price for many of these collector boxes are going to be $300 to $500 across the board. I think March of the Machine, Phyrexia, Ixalan, Wilds, Brothers War, I think all of these products can become $400 or $500 collector boxes. And the fact that everyone thinks I'm full of shit and the products are full of shit, and they have so much emotional anger and hatred towards Wizards, I feel the most likely outcome at this point in time is one of the greatest repricings in modern history, and it's going to cause massive ripples in the system. And I don't think anyone is mentally prepared with the potential and the possible outcome of this being a reality. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to stop rambling here, but I just don't think people understand. I don't think anyone is anywhere close to getting how big of a deal this is. And even products that people didn't believe in, the Brothers War, the Dominar United, the Assassin's Creed, the Doctor Who, I would say Modern Horizons 3 collectors, but those things are already like $400 a box. I mean, I don't think people realize the upside potential on these items because there's not tens of thousands of these sitting in closets and sealed. The market, a 2-year collapse in the market removed everything. Everybody moved on. Everyone's gone. And now, just last comment here. I think the euphoric uptick in Pokemon is going to accelerate an incredible bull market for new Magic, because everyone in sealed Magic is going to unload sealed Magic, and they're all going to chase the hottest stock of Nvidia. I'm sorry, new Pokemon. Everyone's going to chase the one hot chick, and all these other good-looking chicks over here are going to be just sitting there, because humans are predictable. They don't think things through. They don't accept the risk of chasing the one overpriced or the euphoric item. And I feel like it's going to be incredible. And I feel like it's going to accelerate it all. I'm done talking. Hope somebody learned something out there. Thanks for watching. Patrons, if you want to support me on Patreon, knock yourself out. I sell things, and other times we talk. When you private message me, I respond. Other than that, be careful out there, because we've had almost one full year now of a bull market, and it feels like we're definitely in a multi-year bull market in the cardboard world. It looks like we could be in for a very strong 2, 3, 4-year run with Magic and Pokemon leading the pack, followed by the Flesh and Blood, the Sorceries, the Star Wars, the Lorcanas, the One Piece kind of running behind and really kind of holding up very well. It looks like we are in a very strong era of cardboard. I'm not going to call it golden age yet. It's too soon to know. You can't call a golden age until it's over with, because you have to be able... A golden age is usually like a 5 to 10 year decade or something. But there is a potential that started in January of 2024 or Q4 of last year, that this could be at the beginning of one of the greatest eras we've had. Because unlike every previous year and era, this particular time, we have the most favorable conditions that led us to building the current market. And every potential thing that could help accelerate it is in place. Lowering interest rates, volatile economy, a lot of emotion, people don't believe in it, everything's negative and bad, the middle class is being wrecked from inflation and government and politics, everyone's angry, you have multiple years of no returns, everybody gave up, people jumped ship. Every potential positive aspect is in place. And, well, you know, hey, let's see what happens. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Well, if I'm right, well, that'll be probably $10, $20, $30 million in inventory value appreciation for me. And I'll probably go to Chick-fil-A one more time a week, and maybe I'll get a haircut because you guys give me a hard time when I don't get a haircut. Thanks for watching. You guys have a beautiful day out there. As always, we end the video on, you know what we ended on. You know what we ended up in!